Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. It's what I'm wearing right now with this look. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video if you really like it at the end, and also hit the notification bell so you can get alerts whenever I post new videos. If you want to see how I use this foundation and any other products I used today to get this look, go ahead and keep watching. So today I'm going to be playing around with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. So sorry about the noise. My neighbors are building something outside, so that's why the sawing noises are coming. My dogs are running in and out because they don't like people. Isn't that nice? Using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, I'm using it in 101 Classic Ivory. So I have used this before. So this isn't really like a wear test. It does do a pretty good job like wearing throughout the day. I have worn it to work and it's done good. It says that it dries Denny Matte finish. I definitely agree with that. It kind of is like a satin, like satiny powdery finish though. It says it's good for normal to oily skin. I also agree. They also have the Infallible Pro coverage or something like that. I don't know. But it's good for like dry to normal skin. So this says it's a lasting demi matte finish, never dull, never flat. The finish is demi matte, which I said, wears up to 24 hours. I don't know that I agree with that, just because, you know, from my experience, it starts to kind of break up. It says it's a medium coverage, definitely a medium coverage, not a full coverage. It kind of builds up, but you have to be very careful. And it says it's air light texture, which, yeah, I completely agree. It doesn't really feel like you're wearing anything on your skin. So it does say to shake well and smooth on the skin in rolling motion for flawless coverage. I will be using a sponge. I'm going to be using the Real Technique sponge, which you know is my favorite if you've ever looked at my Instagram. Okay, so I am shaking up the foundation. Just getting it ready. Today, I think I'm going to do like a high-end powder and a high-end primer today with the drugstore foundation. I'm going to go ahead and start with my Smashbox primer water, which I've just started using and I'm obsessed with already. Let's spritz it up all over. It is kind of a larger droplet of water, and it has like a sort of smell. I don't know how much you're supposed to put on. It has like a light scent. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't smell bad, just so you know. If you accidentally inhale it, you will smell stuff. So I'm just going to let that dry. I'm also going to do Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. It's like this purple tube. It's not actually purple. I thought it was purple. It is this like kind of pasty. It kind of looks like the Professional primer is from my experience. But I'm going to just do this in my T-zone. I just did the primer in my T-zone, right here and right here. I do have oily skin. I tend to have redder skin as well. It's kind of blotchy red. And I do have enlarged pores, which is why I like the pore minimizing primers. I'm obsessed with any Smashbox primer. Sorry about that. I've been using them for as long as I can remember. I started out with just the original. I've tried the light. I've used both of the color correctings. And I was always hesitant to try the pore minimizing. I'm not sure why, I just was. But I finally decided to just give it a try. And oh my gosh, it's so soft, you guys. And it really, really does a good job like minimizing my pores. I don't know if you can really see it. It's kind of hard to see. But from my experience of just using it the few times that I have, I'm like, yes. Especially, like, I have used this foundation with the primer together and it looked really, really nice. Okay, so they're actually kind of a similar bottle. That's funny. Squishy bottles. So again, this is what it looks like. It's just a little plastic squeeze bottle. It's not a pump, but it is better than just a dump out, which you know I do not like. If you've ever looked at my Instagram, like I said. So if you're just not seeing this and you haven't been looking at my Instagram before, I was doing all my get ready with me videos, product reviews, everything, just in my Instagram stories and in my posts. So I'm kind of branching out into YouTube so that I can kind of declutter my Instagram, make that a little bit more enjoyable for the people that follow me. So I've already dampened my sponge, dampened it and squeezed out all the water. I've shaken up the foundation. Again, I'm using this in 101 Classic Ivory. So this is what it looks like, this little squeeze bottle. I'm just going to squeeze some out onto my hand. That's the color. And then I'm just going to take the flat edge of my sponge and dab it in, and then just start going. You want to be kind of careful that you don't get too much product in one area, because it can get a little cakey if you have too much. So, you know, move fairly quickly when you're putting the foundation on. You don't want it to dry down, because that's when you'll start getting cakey. Like you'll notice it like on your hairline and stuff. Because that's where, for me, I always get a lot of foundation somehow. So I'm still putting the foundation. I will say that it has like kind of a paint scent. Not horrible, but it does kind of, it doesn't burn, but it is a little bit like irritating to the eyes. So if you're super sensitive to that kind of thing, I'll just warning you, it is a little bit like kind of irritating, like right in this area. Not so bad that I wouldn't continue to use it, but you know, it was something I was like, oh, okay, that's a little bothersome when I first tried it. I just touched my eyeball. Okay. I totally just realized I should have done a half face so you could see the coverage, but next time I'll remember. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I finally covered my full face. I went back about three times for more foundation. I don't like to do too much because I don't want to like overuse foundation. So like I do like a big squirt, I guess, and then a little bit smaller, and then just start to do a little bit as I need to, but I really only had to do it like 3 times this time. My second dollop ended up being a lot more than I usually would pull. But I think you do have to use significantly more foundation than I would have expected. I mean, it is just a drugstore foundation, but even from like my experience with drugstore foundations, you don't usually have to use that much. This one is like $12.99 or so, so it's on the higher end for foundations from the drugstore. So just keep that in mind. I do still really like it, but it's just the cost to amount you have to use. Just keep that in mind. So, what do you all think? I like it so far. It's got decent coverage. You know, I have like a couple red spots that kind of peek through, but it's not terrible. Like it's not super obvious. Like it really tones down everything, which I like. I don't see any cakiness, which is really good. Cakiness is bad. So next I'm going to use some concealer. I have just started using the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm using it in Fair. I don't know if that focused it enough for y'all, but if you haven't seen this before, it's like this doe foot, and it holds a lot of product. So I don't personally use a lot of concealer to highlight, so I have to wipe off some of it, otherwise I get really goopy, but I'm just going to do a little bit today. Oops, that was a little more than I would normally do, but that's okay. That's okay, guys. It's fine. And then we're just going to blend that out. Oh yeah, okay, so the last time I used this, I wasn't a super big fan of it. I just felt like it wasn't really doing what I expected it to do. But yeah, that looks good. What do y'all think? I'm impressed. First time I was kind of like, what's the big deal? But I don't know what I did wrong yesterday, but maybe was it yesterday? Yeah. But okay, I get it. I get the obsession now. That looks so nice. Like it covered so well. Wow. Okay. Yesterday was the first time I'd ever used it, so I was kind of like, well, whatever, but man, now I'm like, okay. I will buy that again. I will continue to use that and I will buy it again. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. I have used this one time. I was not overly impressed with it. I felt like maybe it wasn't worth the price. But again, I felt the same way about the Tarte Shape Tape, so maybe I just used it wrong. Maybe I was just overdoing it with my expectations. I don't know. So we're going to try it again today. I'm just going to set, I'm not going to bake. I'm just going to dump some into my lid right there. Pick it up with my sponge. And then just set it right under the eyes. My dog is sitting over there watching me. Okay, so now that's all on. It's going to do a little bit more in this corner. There we go. I'm just going to bounce it in. Make sure it really like deep, like in the skin. Oh, did you just hear that? That was my jaw. Yeah. Okay. And just bounce, bounce, bounce. I'm just going to dust away any extra powder, bring it out to the outer edges that I didn't immediately set. And light hand, y'all. Make sure you use a very light hand. You don't want to smear your foundation. But I'm just using Real Techniques powder brush. It's just a big dome. Love this thing. That was my dog Kenzie. Did you hear? Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so I finished dusting away any extra powder. I did reposition my camera a little bit. I felt like I was like sitting like this. So, okay, there we go. Okay, I see this. I get it, why people like it. I'm not like whoa or anything, but my skin looks pretty nice. But again, I'm not like blown away by it. I feel like I have an $8 Makeup Revolution luxury baking powder. That will focus. This is $8 at Ulta. I feel like it does the same thing. Possibly looks better. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying it because it's like a cult favorite, and I don't want to let everyone down. But my overwhelming feeling about the Mercier powder is eh. So I love the Wunderbrow, what is this called? Wunderbrow Brow Gel in Brunette. This is what it looks like as my second bottle. I'm going to actually open up my third one here today. No one ever puts eyebrows on cute, like it just always looks bad. So I'm going to go off camera and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Eyebrows are done. I did open a new bottle today, and I feel like it's a little bit lighter. I still got brunette, which is what I always get. I don't know if the formula is like a little bit different. It actually looks darker in the bottle, but for some reason it looks, oh, maybe not. I don't know, it just looks lighter on my eyebrows. Maybe I'm just doing a lighter hand because it's a new bottle and it is like a little brush instead of like a spoolie or like a hard, it's like a liquid gel. So I don't know, maybe it's just because it's a brand new bottle, but I love my eyebrows. I'm obsessed with thick eyebrows. I have had thick eyebrows for as long as I can remember, and my eyebrows never match, just so you know. I do everything I can to make them as look similar as possible, but they will never match. I've tried. So next I'm going to be using the Neutrogena Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blends Natural Radiance Bronzer. This is what it looks like. It's like a quad color thing. It says it's designed to give a natural bronze looking radiance without the harmful effects of the sun. Obviously it's a freaking powdered bronzer. But it says it's enriched with vitamin C and botanical conditioners, multiple shade design for use on many skin tones. So I was under the impression it was like every skin tone, but this might be a little bit too orange for me. So if you're like on the fair side, be warned. I'm just going to brush it over my cheeks. just really brighten up or bronze up my face, give it a little bit more color, because that foundation, while it's not full coverage, it does like kind of mattify, and you can see it's like a nice dry or flat matte now. Sorry, not dry. And I'm just gonna bring it around my hairline. The first time I used this, it did not blend in very well, and I don't know if it was the foundation I was using or what, but I had like a stark line. I don't know if you remember that from my Insta stories that I mentioned that, and I was like, oh girl, no, not cute. I don't like to just be like, oh, one time that didn't work, I can't use that again. So I keep trying things until, I like to give them like a good week, like a good 7 days of use, and then decide whether it's worth it or not to toss it. And so far I've only tossed away one thing, the Wet n Wild foundation. It's in my reject drawer right here. This stuff sucks. So I've blended out my bronzer, just gave a little bit of color to my face so that it didn't look so flat. Next for blush, I'm going to be using the BareMinerals loose, it's like, they just call it BareMinerals blush, but it's like a loose powder. I'm using it in Vintage Peach. I've been using this for years now. This is the color. Just like this peachy pink color that has a little bit of shimmer, which I didn't know was enhancing my pores, but I don't think that it really does it too badly, so I still use it. Once this one runs out, let me see, I'm just going along my cheeks, not my cheekbones. Once this one runs out, then I will try a different one, but for right now, this is like my favorite color. I haven't found one that's similar that I like a lot, but I'm definitely going to go for a matte finish next time. Just bring a little bit of pinky to your cheeks. I feel like you never look quite right if you don't have at least a little bit of blush on. Like you need like some sort of like mauve pink color, like not just bronzer, like it doesn't look natural. You know what I mean? Like no one has no flush to their face. As much as I would like to sometimes, because I'm always red, no, it's not natural, so you need to make sure you remember your blush. Okay. So next I am going to throw on some eyeliner, and then I'll do eyeshadow and mascara. Okay, so I've been using the L'Oreal Infallible matte-matic eyeliner in taupe gray. It's like it's like a gray black. It's like almost black but not quite black. It's just a mechanical eyeliner, and it's pretty dang waterproof. So that's the color right there. It's like a not quite black, but a little bit darker than gray. I just put this up into my upper waterline. It just makes my eyelashes look fuller. It's my favorite thing. I don't usually do anything on my lower eyelashes because it just makes my eyes look smaller. And while I do have very big eyes, I don't particularly care to do that. So my go-to is just on the upper waterline every day. Without fail, that's what I do. So see, this stuff is like pretty dang waterproof. This is me trying to wipe it off with my simple wipes. Does a pretty good job. Okay, so eyeshadow wise, I'm actually just going to do a simple look today, and we're going to go grocery shopping. I don't need anything super heavy. My favorite thing right now to use is my contour color. It's like this ashy brown color. I just put it in the crease. This one is by Catrice. It's the Catrice Prime and Fine Professional Contouring Palette. And this is in 101 Ashy Radiance. So it has like a highlighter and a contour in there, which this is also the contour color that I use. But for today, I'm just going to be using it for my eyeshadow. So I'm just going to take some in this brush. This is a brush from Sonia Kashuk. It was a little bit too fluffy for me, so I actually took a clear plastic rubber band and I tied it around there to make it a little bit more dense, and this has been working for me. Yes, I could just buy a new brush, but like, look how perfect these brush handles are. I'm obsessed with them. I got them for Christmas a couple years ago and I cannot use them. Okay, so just going in my crease. Just provides a little bit of dimension to your eyelids. So always make sure you're holding your brush towards the end. Holding it up here, it gives you a very, very stark line versus holding it out, it's a little bit fluffier. You get smoother edges, not as harsh. And I'm just bringing it out to my outer V like this. Zoom it, I'll scooch in a little bit. Out here, and just right into that crease. See that? It just provides a little bit of dimension in your eyes without being super overwhelming. It's a great daytime look. I got a Urban Decay Naked Basic 2 or Naked 2 Basics palette that has like all neutrals, which you saw in my video the other day when I posted. It's just all matte finishes, and oh, look at these colors. My favorite. Like you got 2 setting powders, just prime and set your eyebrow, some crease colors, and then you can darken it with these 2. Girl, I'm pumped. That's my eyelids. Yeah, it just gives a little bit extra something that you don't have to like have barren eyelids, but it's not like a full glam look. So for mascara, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous / Paradise. See that? I'm using it in the waterproof Blackest Black. It has been compared to the Too Faced Better Than Sex, which I do now have that I'll be trying out soon. This is the brush. It's an hourglass shape. It has like a spirally bristles. Like, so good. You can get it at Ulta for like $9. And I've been using this for quite a while, a couple months I think, and I can't get enough of it. It's actually waterproof, but not so much that you can't get it off at night when you're showering or washing your makeup off. So I'm just going to put this on. Okay, so there's the finished look. Sometimes I use the Urban Decay Slick just to set my makeup, but today I'm just going to pass. I'm going to see how this foundation kind of holds up without any sort of setting spray. But yeah, this is the final look. If you like what you saw, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get notifications when I post new videos.